have started the better in the battle of the Cats here in the jungle. The second quarter about to get underway. 12 points the lead for the boys in red. Don't be confused. The boys in red are the visitors. The fans are cheering for the team in white, but they're dressed in red. It's all for charity, though, so we don't mind. Dorsey down on the base. Little fade away. Oh, Lucas Walker from too deep. Bang, in she goes.
Luke Neville just went up thinking, I've got this bad boy. And Walker just came over the top. Bam!
Wow. Toby to Martin. Troubled times for the Perth Wildcats. Here's Redditch to Martin again. The defense good. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Martin takes on Walker. That's 2 blocks for the game. Dorsey inside to Rush. Lost his footing, and Lish will be pretty keen to get on his bike and take it all the way. Benny Lewis slapping it down, then lands on Lish. I think he'll be okay, though. He'll drag himself up. He's got a chance to score some points. The foul will go on Ben Lewis.
Yeah, just got him with the body. I think upstairs was pretty good with the block, but just clipped him on the hip there, which was enough for the referee to call a foul and follow through. Just got a little knee there. Unintentional, of course.
Lucas Walker, yes, with 2 blocks. Skywalker and Chewbacca on the team.
You love the nickname, don't you? You love it.
Something a bit different, Tony. The Bear.
Are you a consultant for nicknames for the Wildcats, are you?
I wish I'd made some money out of some nicknames. They're all shockers, but anyway, Dorsey passes it out of court. Throwing it straight to Mitch Marsh, who's one of our up-and-coming cricketers. Marshy is more interested in the drink in hand as opposed to catching the basketball.
A bit bigger. Should be able to catch it.
Yeah. Good cricketer playing for the Scorchers in the big bash, and Luke Neville under the basket will add to his tally. He's got 6 points to his name, the big centre for the Wildcats. He's back to 10 points. A better start to this quarter for the Cats. They scored just 16 in that first term as Ubaka takes on 3 or 4 opponents. Rush gets the rebound. Here's Dorsey from outside, and dropping it in, swish, it goes.
And he needed that one after struggling, missing 4 prior to that, so big basket for Dorsey.
Good hands from Benny Lewis. He lost Lish going to the basket, but just got his hands in there to tap it away.
Kevin Lish is so quick on that crossover. Gets someone every time to get to the basket. Fantastic ball handling skill.
Wildcats scoring 16 in that first term as Damien Martin's shot was very awkward. They're averaging 24 points in the first quarter, so they're well down on their average this season.
I think a bigger concern for them would be the 28 points that the Tigers did score. You know, they're looking at a 110-plus point game. Is my maths right? I think it is. Yep.
Just getting the calculator out.
Usually bad.
Wildcats just 2, and the Tigers sharing the ball nicely. They've got 9 so far. Oh, there was the pass into Trigard. He was sitting camped underneath the basket. Ubaka just bombs it away. And Neville, the big man under the basket, they wasted that opportunity. The pass from Lish was surfing to a running Redditch. That's what we like to see. Sean Redditch on the fast break. He loves it. He gets on his skates and gets the cheap points. Here's Trigard outside to Rush. He's got all the time in the world to make that. And it was a little strong. Lish keen to get going again. Some great handles, Kevin Lish. He's up against Ubaka. The pass to Martin. He's got Redditch outside. This should drop. Sean Redditch from the three-pointer.
The Wildcats just with a couple of good offensive possessions. The Tigers missing some open shots and some opportunities. And all of a sudden, it's just back to an 8-point game and Perth back into it.
Here's Trigard. Goes to the top of the key and then turns it over. They've got a real momentum now. The foul will go on Cam Trigard. Perth just turning things around slowly. 8 points, as Tony sets the margin. Daniel Dillon, the man of the first quarter, comes back into the game. And Benny Lewis, good start to his game. Has been very productive. Didn't get a chance to play here last time in Perth, and I remember watching him sitting on the bench going, come on, Trev, give me a bit of a run, but didn't get on the court. He'll be loving it now. 33-25 is the score. The Tigers leading it, the visitors. Read that well, Daniel Dillon. Causing another turnover. Oh, behind the back, Daniel Dillon to rush. 2 points.
It's really having a great influence at both ends of the court. That's just bad communication there by Tigers. Newbacker just running, double teaming the ball with Sean Redditch streaming down the middle. You got to get back if you're a guard, point guard, or an off guard, especially when you convert a basket down the other end, put the fire out instead of running towards the ball.
The opportunity to be a high-scoring game. 35-27. We've got 5 remaining in this second quarter. 1-on-1. Would have been surprised that Trigard didn't put it on the floor there because he'd beat Neville hands down in the race to the basket. Here's Toby. Inside to Neville. Oh, he didn't mean it, but it nearly came off. A little tap. And that pass was a little loose. His only mistake for the game, Daniel Dillon. I reckon Gleeson will let him off for that.
Tigers just a little disjointed at the moment. They show some glimpses of really great offensive structure and their transition game, turn it on, and then all of a sudden they turn the ball over. Already with 9 turnovers in the game. So four this quarter.
The new player for the Tigers, Owen Odujaye, a youngster from Dandenong, I'm told. Pronounce it like protege, so I'm going with Odujaye.
Yep. Dandenong, of course, a great basketball program. Andrew Bogut, you know, the Dandenong boy. He wasn't bad.
No, he was all right. Not as good as Pauline, though. Dandenong. Pauline were the kids back in the day.
Pauline were just all the rich kids, mate. We know that.
Nah, the Boomers. What a team. David Graham.
Stop rereading.
Darren Perry.
Yeah, no, 2 great players there, you know, mate. 2 fantastic players. Played with both those guys.
Here's Redditch, and great defense from the Melbourne Tigers. The shot clock expires. 8 points, that margin. Matty Knight back into the game. Luke Neville having a rest up. He's got 4 points, Matt Knight. And Luke Neville's got 6. He's been okay. He's 3 from 3 from the field. Dillon running the point for the Tigers. Good defense from Martin right in his face. Dorsey, the pass inside to Trigard up against Knight. Good defense in the end. The Tigers get it back though. Oh, Martin, quick as you like, just dives on the ball and there'll be a foul in there, you'd have to think. Damien Martin inspired by Daniel Dillon. Odujaye will get the foul. I think it was, or was it on Trigard?
I think he's called it on Odujaye.
Odujaye was the man hovering over the top. And we've got a timeout here in the jungle. It's getting spicy. The Tigers 35, the Wildcats 27.
Hi, my customer needs a windscreen chip repaired urgently. You see, she knew that chip could turn into a crack any time and was worried about the safety implications for her family. She immediately jumped online to o'brienglass.com.au and requested an appointment. It's so easy. You simply select your preferred day, time and location to have your glass fixed. An O'Brien repair can be as little as a quarter of the cost of replacing the screen. And if you've got automotive glass insurance, it's usually paid for by the insurer. Chip windscreen? Visit o'brienglass.com.au now.
O'Brien.
Wildcat Dancers entertaining Tony Ronaldson for the moment. We look at the scoreboard, 35 points. The Melbourne Tigers, the Wildcats 27. Look down the list, Liam Rush with 10 points to his name. Dorsey on 7. A really good spread. Trigard on 6. And then 5 for Benny Lewis. But probably the player of the game is Daniel Dillon. He's also on 5 points. He's had 3 rebounds, 3 assists. I won't worry about turnovers because he's just been aggressive. And 3 steals. Not a bad start to his game. Looking at the Wildcats leading the way. Sean Redditch, it's a good start, although a little loose every now and then, but at least he's getting some points on the board. He's 4 from 7 from the field. And Matty Knight, Luke Neville on 6 and Matty Knight on 4. And there is Luke Neville resting up. Jesse Wagstaff also should be called into action very, very soon. Damien Martin just feeling like he's getting back into a bit of rhythm after missing a lot of the first half of the season. The little hook shot from Matt Knight didn't go. Leash from outside, tempted, decided not to pounce on that three. And here's Greg Hire, two of the youngsters of the NBL. Redditch's shot was a little short. He goes in again aggressively, Sean Redditch, and keeps the ball in the Wildcats' favour. Posted up to Daniel Dillon. He likes it down there, Sean Redditch. Just the smaller player up against him, and he put it in off the glass.
He loves it down there when he's got a smaller man like Daniel Dillon on as well, doing a great job. As the Tigers turn the ball over again for the 5th time this quarter, so up to 10 for the game. Both teams actually on 10, 11 turnovers now. So it's 6 for this quarter.
The Wildcats leading the way on the rebounds, 20-13. No surprise there, you wouldn't think. They had 44 rebounds to 25 in the New Year's Eve clash against the Crocs.
The Wildcats tend to dominate most teams on the boards, and it's no different tonight. It's a great up and under there by Matty Knight, getting a rotating defense and Dorsey up in the air with an easy reverse layup on his left. But the Wildcats do a great job on the boards.
Damien Martin really getting in their face now. The intensity's lifted from him in particular as Ibaka wants to take on Hire. Little crossover and then a little jump up. And that was handy.
Not much more you can do about that. That was good defense from Greg High. Stayed in front of him. Hand up in Ibaka and just... That's one you just pat him on the back and say, nice shot.
37-31, Lish losing the handle. Knight recovers for him and they'll reset. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Lish will decide to bomb from outside. It was adventurous, to say the least. Redditch tried to keep it in play. Their shooting percentage still sitting at 35%. They're 20% from the three-point line. Looking down the Tigers list, 46% and 40 from the three-point line. Rush resting up for the Tigers.
Yeah, the Tigers still should be pretty happy for where they're placed. I think that they've let a few opportunities go. But with a 6-point lead, nearly going into half-time against the form team in the competition in the Wildcats, you'd be pretty happy.
Such an important game. Dorsey again getting round the screen, straight through the middle of the key and ramming it in the hole.
The Tigers have been great at cutting to the rim off screens. That one from Dorsey, they're just reading the defenses. Walker just manhandles Wagstaff. And that's a great read there by Dorsey. Just realising his man overplayed him. Just gave him the jab step and went straight to the basket for the two-handed dunk. Like Lockie and a Boomer's uniform, right?
Yeah, yep. Back in the day.
We really have to move on.
On the small rings.
On the 8-foot the ones out there. They lower it down. Yep.
Yeah, that's
nice. That's when you're an under-20s, though.
39-33, 6 points still that margin. That's still around, Sheehan's Road.
I think so, mate.
Yeah, big time.
I don't know.
Here's Daniel Dillon to Dorsey. Ibaka now will look inside to Trigard, Mr. Reliable. Nice little spin move. And the foul will go on Jesse Wagstaff, stopping him from going to the hoop. Still be a Tigers ball, but it will come from the back, the baseline. And Redditch comes back into play. Wagstaff sitting down again. Not a lot of time there for Jesse Wagstaff.
Cam Trigard, just, you would think if you're watching this game without looking at the stats, you think, oh, he's struggling a little bit from the field. Just what a great offensive threat he is. That is the perception, but he's shooting at 50%. He's 3 from 6 from the field. So, I mean, he's just struggled a little bit these last few possessions, but such a great offensive player, and if he turns it on, Look out, Wildcats.
Could get messy. The new man is Ben Purser, son of Andrew Purser, who played in the VFL. Had a really good game against New Zealand. Here's Redditch outside. Lish needs to hit a basket to get some form. That one rattles around. He was a long way out, and it'll come off Redditch, and it'll be a Tigers ball. Kevin Lish really struggling. He's none from 5 now from the field. He's had 3 three-point attempts. Such a confidence player, but when he gets his groove on, he can really get a wriggle on and score some points in a quick hurry. It's still only 6 points, though. The Tigers probably should be leading by more. Fair comment?
Yeah, look, I think, like I alluded to earlier, they've had their opportunity to really extend their leads, but turnovers, probably some stagnating offensive sets where they haven't really got that flowing. But the turnovers is the big one. Also, from those turnovers, created opportunities for the Wildcats to stay within the game. When you're trying to increase that pressure and try and keep that pressure on a team, when you turn the ball over and create transition baskets for the opposing team, which of course is the Wildcats in this situation, it just takes the pressure off that team, even though they're struggling offensively themselves. So the Tigers, just if they tighten it up a little bit, don't commit as many turnovers, I think they're playing the better basketball out of the two clubs. They could be in a better position, and like you said, should be in a better position.
No Tommy Greer and no Matty Burston. He's been out for quite some time, but you look down the board, Benny Lewis coming off the bench, 5 points. Liam Rush started with 10 points. So those players that we talked about at the start of the game, in particular Rush, and also Daniel Dillon throwing himself around, hasn't scored a lot. He's got 5 points, but just creating a bit of havoc with 5 steals. I think he's got 3 steals.
And I don't think the Wildcats have really taken great advantage of the mismatches that creates with Luke Neville and Matty Knight. Luke Neville, both of them have 6 points each, but I don't believe that really they've gone to them in a one-on-one situation down low where they do have that mismatch and can create other opportunities for their perimeter players.
And Ibaka's only on 2 points. That one rolls around for Daniel Dillon. Robbins into the action. Walker keeps it in play just. So Ibaka 1 from 4 from the field. He's shooting at 25%, but he's doing a good job running the point. The Tigers 3-3 without Paddy Mills since he departed for China. And Dorsey can't hit that basket. So less than a minute to go in this first half. The Wildcats trail by 6. The Tigers are the King Cats at the moment. Knight will set the screen for Robin, then roll off nicely. Did he travel? Yes, he did. A couple too many steps as he spun around towards the basket.
Needed to take one dribble there as he turned around.
So time will tick away to half-time. The Tigers can take a very handy lead into this first versus third clash. Good screen set by Trigard. He's in there again. Give it to him. Walker drawing the foul, though, on Redditch. A little blocking foul. Side ball to the Tigers. 26 seconds in the quarter and 14 seconds on the shot clock.
Sometimes when you're looking to throw that pass to that man cutting down the middle and you just see that weak side defense ready to rotate, by the time you think about it, it's just too late. And you just got to hold on to it, especially in a situation like this where there's been lots of turnovers. You want to make sure that you make the right decision.
So time ticking away again. Ibaka to Walker. Aggressive stuff from him, and it's travel. Travel for Lucas Walker. Oh, and a pass terrible to Dorsey. 11 seconds on the clock. Dillon tried to force it up. Probably should have reset it and just milked the time. Robbins to Lish. What can he do? The jump fake wasn't so good. And then another block to Lucas Walker.